welcome back to One Mic Media. And we're here today, as we always are, every week to discuss the NFL season. This week we're discussing Week 5. And this week we definitely got a lot to talk about. A lot happened, a lot of movement up on the top of the standings there. But I couldn't do this without my usual crew. Let me bring them all in. Let me start with my guy who got all the facts and figures and the best takes in the world. My man Jeff. What's good, Jeff?
Hey, man, ain't no lies told over here, man. Just straight facts, baby.
And another one who been dying to get on this show this week. I'm sure want to celebrate, of course, because his team got a nice little win. We're going to bring him in now. Jordan, what's good, baby?
What's good, my guys?
And got to bring our usual now, man, the regular, man. We're going to start try to tally his wins and stuff like that, too, man. But, Daryl, man, good to have you back, bro.
My guys are.
Appreciate y'all as always.
Yeah, man. Speaking of Daryl, man, I'll take time to celebrate Daryl getting his first win.
Come on, bro.
In fantasy league.
Come on, bro.
I was trying to get my done.
Come on, bro.
What? I'm trying to celebrate my man Daryl right here, whatever like that.
Yo.
Daryl getting his first fantasy win. He played the team at the top. I don't know what happened. I guess they was Fugazi. I don't know what happened, but Daryl, congratulations, bro, in that first win, man.
Bro, just like Steelers Ravens game, like we lucky we got away with the win. We're gonna move on, you know.
Okay.
Look, you know what? The reigning champ always gonna get everybody best shot, so it just be like that. It just be like that, man.
Yo, Jordan funny as hell, but his team though, they should be cracking up though, yo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know how niggas think my team is
This
weak.
dude gonna say, Jeff, what'd you think? He said, man, your team's trash. I was cracking up.
But it's all right though. I can't wait till I see y'all though. No cap. I can't wait till I see y'all niggas though. No cap though. It's all good. Wait till I see y'all niggas though. Where all right? Y'all gonna be like, damn, bro, how you do that shit? Why you do that shit to me?
Nigga, he got three Packers, you said, on the team.
Yeah, three got the whole Packers off. Like, bro, you might as well sign Luke Musgrave. The whole thing going.
Anyway, let me move forward, man. Let's talk about the week 5 of the NFL season. And let's start with the Thursday night game as we usually do. The Bears actually did win by 20, dominated the Commanders in that game. Let's talk about Jordan and his boy. We'll never talk about him on the show, Justin Fields. But he has had 2 good games. So, does this show, let me start with you, Jeff. He could be the franchise quarterback now. Stuff like that. So.
Well, I mean, they don't have no choice, really. They invested a lot to get him. And truly what I think is that Commanders team is done. You know, I think Ron Rivera is over. I think his magic is worn off, pun intended, because magic is in place now. That's funny. They got Sam Howell. You know, really, they go on the list of a bunch of teams that's a quarterback away. They got running backs. They got the 2-headed back in the backfield, Robinson and Gibson. Then they got receivers. They got Scary Terry. They got Johan Dotson. You know, Logan Thomas has been in the league for a pretty long time. And the defense is stout. You know, you got Chase Young on the front line. And then, you know, but they just don't have it. They can't put it together because they don't have a quarterback. They just really a quarterback away. And that division is available for them with the Eagles, the Giants, and the Dallas Cowboys.
It's what?
You know,
It's available.
Hold on. Let's not act like the Commanders don't play y'all well every year.
It's available.
Y'all barely won last week, and then last year they stopped y'all undefeated run. What are we talking about here? Crickets. That's what I thought. So, you know, honestly, I look, the Bears came and showed out. DJ Moore was, I mean, he bought his lunch pail, he bought his dinner reservation, he actually bought his snacks and everything because he ate all day. 8 for 230, 2 touchdowns. Listen, the problem with the Bears is this: Fields only completed passes to 3 people. Like, that's not going to work. Like, that's not going to work against your top tier defenses that can scheme against taking away DJ Moore. The 40 burger is nice. Fields has to be the future, but I've never been a fan of the running quarterback being your franchise because it's only a matter of time for defenses to figure it out. Obviously, you run because you can't pass well. We've seen it. We've seen quarterbacks have that one good year, and then they kind of fall into that mediocre, like 14 to 20 range of quarterbacks in the league. And I think if he does have a breakout year, I think that's exactly what will happen. He'll have a breakout year, and then he'll come back to earth. Ohio State University doesn't produce great quarterbacks. Now, that's left to be told once we see what C.J. Stroud is going to be like. But the Bears, they got to stick with Fields. They got the running game. They got a receiver. They got everything that he needs. Maybe they just need to be more innovative with the play calling. He came out publicly and said it was robotic already in the media. That, in my mind, let me know there might have been a problem. But, again, they played the Washington Commanders with Sam Howell. Sam Howell threw like 40 passes, 51 passes, I think, to be exact. You know, and it was just a game to be had for them to finally get off the Snyder. So, I mean, congratulations, but, you know, we're not popping champagne for that.
God damn, Jim shut the whole show. But moving forward there. Daryl, how you feeling about that in Fields? And can he be the franchise quarterback now off those? What do you think after watching those two performances he had last 2 games?
I feel like he's basically let it known that he's a franchise quarterback, but this is a unique situation because the Bears got a lot of holes to fill, and when you're paying a quarterback what they're going for today, it's gonna be hard to fill out the rest of that roster. So as hard as it may say, but I feel like the end of this year it'd be best if both sides go separate ways because I feel like Fields, he would be. I want him in a better situation with better talent around him. And with the Bears, they don't have the top quarterback salary on their contract. They can fill out the rest of that roster to the point where they can build out that roster and then draft the quarterback for their future. I mean, with Fields, I saw what what him and DJ Moore did this weekend. Kind of saw that in the preseason. Like Fields getting the ball to DJ Moore, and he just making plays and scoring touchdowns. We saw that before. But the thing is, like, the rest of that roster isn't ready to compete, and you can't do that if they pay Fields next year. So tough as it may say, I feel like the Bears best for their franchise is like to move on, not pay Fields, let him go, find another team as far as developing his career mode, and then they just keep rebuilding.
Ooh, I didn't think about the paying part. What do you think about that, George? Should they pay Fields?
I mean, like I know we had this I know me and Daryl had this conversation before about that. I mean, from a financial standpoint, in terms of like what you would have to pay him, right? It makes sense to move on, try to be in a top 5, top 6, top 7 pick. Maybe pick one of the QBs that are coming out. You know, you can pay them a little bit cheaper. They're unproven, so like it's still a risk either way. And my opinion on Fields has always been he's a franchise quarterback. He can be an elite QB. When he was coming out of Ohio State, he wasn't known as this runner. They weren't running him. He was known as a pocket passer. He has touch. He has the accuracy. He has arm strength. He needs time in the pocket, and he needs to be comfortable. And you saw that the last 2 games. Any quarterback with time in the pocket can dice you up. These guys are in the league for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody talks about, oh, Kirk Cousins sucks, or, you know, Dak Prescott sucks. Like, you know, we make fun of it and shit, but like Dak has had 300-yard, 350-yard games on good teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and just like Kirk Cousins and Justin Fields, like when you see Justin Fields go and play against a top tier defense and shred them, then you can say, okay, right, he's elite. But he showed the ability that he can be not only a franchise, I mean, he could be a franchise QB. But right, if they go and they trade him, right, or they let him go, and you go and you draft Caleb Williams, and in the second you draft Marvin Harrison, you know, Jr. Well, you're kind of in the same position because you still have an offensive line. And Caleb Williams, I mean, they could do the same shit. I mean, they could do the same. I mean, listen, not. I get it. Caleb is spectacular, but as far as, you know, certain plays that, you know, I don't know about the different arm angles and the strength, you know, all that, but we know Justin Fields can make plays. So
the only difference is though that you can get Caleb on a rookie deal and Marvin Harrison. And
right, that's why.
Like, it's kind of like the Cardinals situation, but a year sooner. Like, they paid Kyler, but their roster, they still got to fill out the rest of that, but they can't do that with Kyler contract. So it's kind of like the same situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they could franchise Fields maybe. I don't know what they could do for him, but he should get no max deal. I'm sorry, bro. After these last 3 years.
I mean, I hate to say it, but we always bring. I always bring this up, but like, I don't know if the Giants regret paying Daniel Jones $45 million, but at the same time they can't. But they can't protect him. So like, you spent this money on this quarterback, but you don't even really know what he can do because he doesn't even get a fair shot. Like, because I get it. Like, I you know, I hate the Giants, but like.
The problem is,
hold on. Fields was 15 for 29, bro. That's like 50%. Like that's not over glorified a game. He just had some big plays against the Washington Commanders. So let's not get carried away like he was out there slinging, wheeling, and dealing. Bro, he was 50% passing. He's still.
But the thing is, people didn't even think he could be effective. The throws that he made were NFL throws, on time, accuracy, the right throw. Like people were questioning whether he could be an NFL QB. They were.
So the
Because
other
of the
14 were non-quarterback passes.
Huh?
The other 14 incompletions were not NFL passes.
You don't know
Exactly.
what they could have been. We got to go. We have to look at the tape. But I
We
mean,
know we watched him
There's
enough. We
some
know we
beauty
seeing him. We know
That
we
is something
seeing him.
about
It's not it.
like
all
when you get,
incompletions, all those aren't equal though. There's sometimes there's throwaways.
I mean, that's true.
You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
You know what I mean? There's drops. So
I mean, we think about it. Justin Fields, he had 280 yards, and DJ Moore had 230.
230. Yeah.
On 8 catches though. So you know, like because of that, a lot of that happened right after the catch. So you gotta contemplate that too.
Yeah. Also, they got Chicago, Carolina's pick, so they might get number one either way from their own or Carolina. So it ain't looking good for him, bro. I'm just saying they get that number one. Pick.
I mean, personally, I would like to see him on a different team because I would like to see him with a better squad. Like I would like to see him with a team like Atlanta. I would love to see that. I would love to see that because they're. I'm not gonna say they kind of. A lot of teams are like a quarterback away from being like competitive playoff contending teams, not contenders for championships,
Right.
but a lot of teams are a QB away from.
Not just
Yeah.
a dynamic quarterback.
And I think
Atlanta
he
too
can. But I
young for
think
him
he
to
can.
go. He's gonna be in the same position. I mean, he
No,
gotta go to an
Atlanta
established team.
is ready. Atlanta is ready, but they don't have a QB. They got
a receiver
weapons.
either. Who they got?
They got Drake London. They got Kyle Pitts. They got the two running backs, Bijan and Algier.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Bro, Kyle Pitts is they don't throw the ball. They don't throw the ball. He's going into games. He's got 4 targets. Doesn't make any sense. They don't have a QB that they believe in to get them the ball.
Let me move forward. Next Sunday Night Football, Cowboys, 49ers. They get destroyed, as I predicted, actually. But we're going to talk about both teams. Let me start with Jordan, because you picked the Cowboys, bro.
Yeah.
So how you feel about that game? What's your thoughts on the game?
Well, one, I'm a dumbass because I tried to not be biased. What do they call it? Not be objective or whatever.
To be objective, you mean, yeah.
To be objective, okay, yeah. I tried to be objective, and look where the fuck that got me. Look where that got me. Got me an L. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I definitely did not expect them to get the doors blown off them. I definitely didn't expect that. I thought they'd have been more competitive. That just shows how good San Francisco really is. Brock Purdy's legit. Now, at the same time, if he got hurt, do I think Sam Darnold might be able to come in there and do the same thing?
No.
Probably. Maybe. I mean, bro, you got the creativity that these play calls, the way they're getting these guys open, it's incredible to see. But, I mean, you can see why Jimmy G was the QB of the Super Bowl team.
Brock Purdy better than Jimmy G, yo.
No, but I get that. But you see what Jimmy G did. Now Brock Purdy's better. You know what I'm saying? And I think Sam Darnold, athletically, is better than the both of them, more talent. And then this would be the best thing he'd ever have. So do I think, am I impressed? Yeah, I'm impressed. But do I think Sam Darnold could come in there and maybe do the same shit? I do.
They had the other kid in there for 6 games, Mullins. He was trash. Trey Lance, trash. So you can't put any quarterback in there.
Well, they weren't okay, bro. But they weren't Sam Darnold. Not Sam Darnold. I mean, I hear you. Sam Darnold's better than both of them.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, it ain't just plug and play. You got to have some skill. That's what I'm saying, or whatever. So
I mean, when they had Mullins, they were still ass though. They didn't have everything that they have now. That year that they had, and they had George Kittle.
They have Debo?
George Kittle. No. Or if they did, he was fucking hurt every year.
Okay, all right.
He just started really being healthy the last 2 seasons. I mean, he was hurt a lot last year, but
I think that touchdown, the one the Kittle when he had to move on the run. I don't think Jimmy G makes that throw, yo. I think he got some skill.
Not facts.
But go ahead, Jeff. How you feel about that game and Purdy and the whole thing?
Yeah, Purdy's legit. And you know what? What round did he even get drafted in? Because I'm in my mind,
it was the last pick.
Draft.
Draft.
Oh my gosh!
It was the last pick.
And Kyle Shanahan ran turn him into a perennial Pro Bowler, possible Super Bowl winning quarterback. the game in itself is irrelevant because the Cowboys are just lackluster. They're terrible. They're trash. I mean, I guess they want to say they had jet lag traveling from time zones. Wasn't really that far, but the Cowboys are missing key pivotal points on both sides of the ball. The quarterback is not that great, and they're missing Trayvon Diggs. Now, we might want to cover how good Trayvon Diggs is and say, oh, well, it's just one cornerback. They still got Gilmore. But, I mean, he has the ability to, if you already got, Gilmore on the other side locking the field down, you got Diggs running the rest. Micah Parsons can go ape shit because he got two cornerbacks locking it down, but he doesn't have that. So now they're attacking. The 49ers, Kyle Shanahan should have been a coach. I don't even know what he did wasting his time in Atlanta. They should have hired him way earlier somewhere. He should have had an opportunity.
They had crazy offenses, though. They did. That's what I'm saying. He should have been got a job. Like, why it take so long? He had them years in Atlanta. He had years in Washington. Like, his dad
was that
grew.
dude. Matt Ryan was that dude back in the day.
The MVP.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is. He's probably top 10 in passing yards all time. Yeah, so he has had quarterbacks. Yeah. But, the 49ers are just legitimately good on every single level and multiple playmakers and everything. John Lynch is a phenomenal job doing. He's done what John Elway couldn't do. Like, ex-players who become GMs, they don't have much success. Between him and Ozzie Newsome are probably the two I could think of.
Elway won a Super Bowl, bro.
John won a Super Bowl.
What are you talking about?
He got Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl.
No.
Look what happened after Peyton Manning. Trash.
They got the bowl, though.
Yeah, they got the ring.
Manning
bro.
coming to the
They got
Broncos.
because of Peyton. It wasn't because
he did that.
Real. Come on, bro.
Yeah, bro. Come on,
Manning
bro.
did that, bro.
John Lynch became a GM because of John Elway.
And he brought in DeMarcus Ware over there too that year when it was killing the defense. The Broncos, stuff like that.
John Lynch was inspired by John Elway.
Let's talk
to be
about
a GM.
after Peyton Manning. Like the Broncos was trash. Let's be for real. That's why John Elway on the hot seat right now. He ain't got the quarterback shit right yet. And this dude took Mr. Irrelevant and looked like he about to light up the.
He got the coach and Kyle Shanahan. That's why.
Man, come on, man. I'm good.
Darn it, Daryl, my fault. What you think about the game and everything what they're talking about, man?
As far as the Niners, I gotta give them all the credit. I was one of those guys that kept saying like, "Oh, they ain't playing nobody. But now I'm looking at it like, who's going to stop them, or who can stop them? Like so far, they've been the most consistent as far as like week to week being dominant. I don't see any chinks in their armor so far. I give Brock Purdy all the credit. Like he's making the throws, he's making the right decisions every time. Not every quarterback can do that. I mean, from a Steelers fan, unfortunately, I can say that from first-person experience. But, I mean, as far as the Cowboys, I mean, I said it before. Like, this was a big game for them as far as like, deciding what their rest of the season going to look like. Like, again, you're facing a team that ended your season 2 years in a row, and now you get blown out by that same team. Now this is going to stick in the back of their mind throughout the rest of the year. I think this is just going to cap them as far as maybe winning one playoff game, wild card weekend, and after that they're going to run into one of the top three. I put the Lions over them now, like as far as being able to compete in the NFC. But right now, after that win, it's kind of hard to seeing them kind of pull it together and kind of like go through the rest of the year, figuring things out, and then maybe running into the Niners again. And it's hard for me to picture a different outcome than what's been happening the last 3 years. But for the Niners, again, it's kind of hard to. I don't see who beats them right now as far as currently, like how everyone's playing. I still believe in the Eagles. They're gonna put it together, and maybe that game later in the year is going to decide some things. But right now, the Niners, they're just looking crazy right now.
The Niners are the best team in the league. That's not even a question. It wasn't even a question before, to be honest with you. But as far as the Cowboys, I mean, look back to the Niners for a second. The defense we didn't talk about, like Fred Warner is really a monster, yo. Like he is all over the place, bro. And what's the kid? Tufanga or whatever, Fulanga.
Oh, yeah.
He nice, yo.
Oh, Junior.
Yeah. The D-line crazy. They got him on the back end. Like, the defense is crazy. On top of Kyle offense. I'm with Daryl. Like, I don't know who really could beat him. Somebody could beat him, obviously. But I don't know. Purdy don't make mistakes, yo. Like, Purdy's really, really good. You know what I mean?
Zero picks this year.
0 picks. You know what I mean? The guy's 12-0 in the regular season right now. Like, he don't lose. But Cowboys, man, I think teams have figured out how to neutralize Micah. And if you know how to neutralize Micah, you really mess with their whole pass rush. I don't think I think CD is like he's like a fringe one, maybe, because like, he can be taken out the game. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the issue with them. I think now, Daryl, you said one playoff game. I think they're trouble for not making the playoffs at all. Me personally, if you look at their schedule,
I mean, if they let this loss affect them, that could happen.
I don't think it had nothing to do with it. I think because the schedule was crazy, and I think that I think they might stop at 9. They got 3 wins now. I think they might win 9 games, and that might not be enough. That's
they like one of the last teams in the league in pass defense ever since they lost Diggs, so that's gonna hurt.
Listen, they got three heavy hitters coming up, bro. They got the Chargers, the Rams. I mean, 3 quarterbacks you can carve them up. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The schedule's crazy.
Do what?
Crazy. Got the Rams, the Chargers, and the Eagles. The next 3 games for the Cowboys. Chronologically, Chargers, Rams.
They lose all 3 of them.
They can lose all. That's what I'm saying. So they got trouble even making the playoffs. I feel like, and then Dak. Dak is. I think another take. I think they got to move on, bro, and they might have to try Trey Lance, not this year, but next year, and see what it's going to be. So that's
I just wanted to say one more thing. You mentioned that teams realize how to neutralize Parsons.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't understand why they don't, like, against a team like San Francisco. Why aren't you moving him around? Why are you putting him on the line of scrimmage
every time?
He's not like he was a linebacker in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A great player, great pass rusher, but he's not a every down defensive end, and that's where you're putting him at. Like, that's not him. Allow him with the type of team and the type of scheme that the 49ers run. Allow him to use his athleticism against all those players in space. Him coming downhill at linebacker. Him being able to cover CMC out of the backfield. You feel me? Being able to cover Kittle. You know what I'm saying? That makes more sense than having his hand in the dirt 90% of the time against a team like San Francisco. Now, against other teams, you can get away with that shit. When the line, all you got to do is find the fish.
Yeah.
Find the fish on the line.
He's standing up, though. He's standing up a lot of plays.
I don't see. I don't see him stand up in linebacker anymore at all. And I haven't seen that yet. Once.
Yeah. He don't do it as much as like T.J. Watt do it and stuff like that. Like he not.
So and that's what I'm saying. But T.J. Watt, has been that this whole entire time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's been a 3-4 outside linebacker.
Right.
You were a middle. He played middle and he probably played all 3.
Yeah.
Middle, weak or strong. You feel me? But
yeah, I agree.
I do that.
I just think they're in bad. I think they. I mean, honestly, I think it's better for them. Don't make the playoffs. Get rid of McCarthy. Right. Get rid of Dak. Start from scratch, honestly, because they don't have to have the same thing every year. But if they make the playoffs, I'm betting against them. So either way, I'm gonna win. Let's go to Monday night, man. I like to talk about Monday Night Football, but it was an okay game. Jeff and his Raiders, they barely squeaked by the Packers.
Can I go first on that one too?
Yeah. Like, what's your thoughts on the game, Jordan? Go ahead, bro.
I can't believe Christian Watson cost me bread. I can't believe it. That 82, that one he should have had this. He should have. If he scores, they win.
Mm-hmm.
You got to score, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You got to score. But I mean, listen, man. The Raiders got lucky. Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions, and they barely won. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm sorry, bro, but y'all don't got it. They don't. I'm sorry, bro. And honestly, they were on his ass all game. I mean, they don't have their best 2 linemen. You know what I mean? Bakhtiari's out for the season. It's going to be shitty for Jordan Love. If they don't block for him, like I'm saying, he can't do anything. Now, he threw some bullshit passes, but all these guys do sometimes. So, I don't know, bro. I don't see that. I don't know. The Packers might not make the playoffs. And the Raiders, bro, I don't see how y'all make the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Honestly, we just playing who in front of us, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, it was kind of a.
We just playing who in front of us, bro.
I was kind of pissed off watching the whole game because I'm getting pissed off because he stomped it. Nah, I mean that was wild. Like I'm down here going nuts because that was the last thing, and he gets pulled down. I'm like, you gotta be, and didn't even target him.
And why didn't use Dobbs? That made me so mad too. What the fuck?
He couldn't get too much time. He couldn't get too much time, and the only success they had was running the rock.
Yeah.
But they was behind, so they, you know what I mean. So
Yeah. Well, what's your thoughts on the game, Daryl? On that game last night, Monday night? I'm sorry.
For me, like kind of going in, I felt like the media, like as a whole, was trying to create a scenario of like Jordan Love is going to come in first primetime game and have a big game. But in hindsight, looking at it, the Raiders, they were the more experienced team at home and more desperate for the win, and the Packers, unexperienced offense, and that's how the game played out. Like you saw from the beginning, Jordan Love came out shaky, and the Raiders, I mean, they kind of took advantage of those opportunities. It's good to see Josh Jacobs. I mean, the Packer defense, they've been struggling with the rush defense, so it's a good opportunity to have a bounce back game. As far as like not feeding Devontae Adams against his former team, that was kind of crazy. I mean, but still, the Steelers, when they played Steelers, they had no issues getting him the ball. I'm talking about like fourth down, just throwing him a goal route. But
and they still lost. Wait a minute, go ahead.
I mean, but against his former team, like you gotta like as a coach. I mean, even Aaron Rodgers talked about it on Tuesday. Like you gotta have an effort, consider effort to get him involved in the game. But somebody, I mean, they still won. I mean, they was feeding Jacoby Myers because of that. And then again, the Packers offense, they just kept making mistakes every time they had a chance to take over the game, and the Raiders took advantage of it. Again, being a veteran team at home, desperate for a win. And I mean, I feel like that's kind of a situation where one win can like kind of start something, because now next week they got the Packers. I mean, the Patriots. Right. That's another win. So you never know what one win. I mean, I hate to dig up another AFC team, but that's what I saw.
Bro, that's smart. Even if they go 3-2 next week, because what are you guys? You guys are 2-1. What are you guys?
3-2-3.
Y'all 2-3. So if you go 3-3 and 4-3, that's not moving the needle in the AFC.
They ain't going 4-3. What are you talking about, man? Anyway, all right. One win ain't starting nothing there. I don't know what you're talking about, but. Jeff.
I mean, I know like the top three is the Chiefs, Bills, Dolphins. I mean, I'm talking about like that second tier as far as like that wild card contention. I see them in that.
No way.
Yeah, we are.
No way.
Go ahead, Jeff. Your turn, bro.
I mean, look, man. I mean, we just play who in front of us, man. And I'm gonna address on a couple things real fast. So I'm gonna get short, sweet, to the point, right? Mm-hmm. Stop saying home field advantage, because we don't have a home field advantage. We basically at a neutral site. Other people come to Vegas to see their team and go to Vegas at the same time. Not only was Packers games more Packers fans than Raiders, but so was the Steelers game. It's a neutral site. That's why it's so terrible for us being in Vegas, because we don't have any real home field advantage. LA was the thing. Secondly, all of those picks that Jordan Love, it was a Raider around him. It wasn't like he was overthrowing cats and the ball was landing in our lap. The pick to Spillane, that was a bad one. The other one where Peters got in the mix and knocked the ball in the air, Spillane grabbed it, Peters was there. And the last interception, 21 was in position to take it from him. I mean, it's just how it was. It wasn't like he had terrible interceptions, all of them, just one. Secondly, we couldn't force feed Devontae. They was doubling them on top, underneath. They weren't going to let their old teammate beat them. So, of course, in typical Jimmy G fashion, he was going to go to the underneath guy, which is Jacoby Myers. They've had a relationship since New England. They got Josh McDaniels calling the play. They have a lot of chemistry right there. Because Jimmy G and Devontae ain't been playing that much, because Jimmy G was out in concussion protocol and stuff like that, the rhythm still isn't there yet for them two. Remember, Jimmy G didn't do the offseason because he had the ankle injury. He had to end up coming in late and then getting on the field. So that's where that stands. Josh Jacobs, I eventually knew he was going to get off. Mike, did you win off Josh Jacobs or what?
I ain't win the my league. Yeah, I won a league. Yeah. I'm in third place now in the league. Yeah. I won.
All right, so Josh is helping you out in some sort. Don't worry. The Raiders are going to help you out, bro.
He had a good week. Not last week. He had a real good week. I think like that.
that's the thing. We gotta establish the run. I mean, we got one of the biggest offensive lines in the game. We gotta establish the run. We got Colton Miller, a perennial Pro Bowler, on one side. We gotta get the running game going, and this is how it is. The defense is crazy. I don't even understand. It's like nobody there. I don't even know some of these guys, but it is what it is. Like I said, we just play who we've had in front of us, and we beat them, and that's just what it goes down to. The Packers, yes, they are in trouble. Jordan Love is in massive trouble. Jordan, damn, you hit that right on the head, missing 2 offensive linemen, but we also forget he's missing Aaron Jones. That's a check down person they can run the ball with, run routes with. Dylan is not the guy to be in the running back field. He's not it. The Packers, I see them finishing 3rd in the division. Bears will be 4th.
Yeah, the wild part in Dave, I got Devontae Smith and Josh Jacobs. So I got to root for both of y'all cast on that team. But Smith let me down, but whatever, it happens. But anyway, I don't think they make the playoffs, though. I'm with Jordan on that for the Raiders. But the Packers, we're going to see. I mean, Raiders going to have an up and down season. They're going to beat the Patriots, though. They should, because Patriots just are ass, stuff like that. But I don't know the schedule after that, but I guess we'll see.
Max Crosby was a menace too. Let's not even to mention his name. He was a menace that night. Oh my gosh, everywhere.
A lot of bad games. So.
Thing is, you still got Jimmy G at quarterback, bro. And that's a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would see them in the wild card race. There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a lot of other teams that's going to cancel each other out.
Yo, Jordan literally put Jimmy G pick on his ticket, and he won that shit. Like, that shit is crazy.
Bro, there's no way, bro. There's no way. He's had an interception in every game. Like, there's no – wait. Buffalo is probably going to win the division, or Miami. So one of them are going to be one of them will be a wild card. Okay. You got Cincinnati or Baltimore is going to win the division. One of them is going to be a wild card.
I don't know about Cincinnati. Go ahead.
Or one of them.
Well, we'll talk about that. We got Cincinnati coming up on here. Let me move forward.
Chargers.
When they gonna prove?
Chiefs are gonna win the division. The Chargers might. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the Chargers had Justin Herbert for 5 years in a row. They only made the playoffs one time since having Justin Herbert. Miss me with that. You got to prove something.
It's going to be another year for y'all. We're not making the playoffs.
Moving forward, but let's talk about the Eagles and your team over there, Jordan. Solid win versus the Rams. What I wrote on here, because I thought it was a solid win. But
okay, that's a step up for you.
Yeah, that's shocking. That's a level up for Mike.
Yeah.
Nah, listen.
Yeah,
hold on. I always give a good solid football analysis coupled with facts. That's all I do.
Unbiased though. It's not unbiased. It's not unbiased. It's highly biased.
That shit is crazy. Like
anyway, moving forward, let me start with Daryl, man. This time, how you felt about the Eagles Rams game and how the Eagles look and how the Rams look for that matter? So,
as far as the Eagles, I feel like they look the best so far this season. I mean, I'm still looking for a complete game from them. I feel like early on, Puka and Cooper Kupp, they won't go off as far as like just them just making plays. But then, like, second half, that Eagles pass rush took over the game. Like, as far as just making Matt Stafford kind of hurry up a little bit. As far as the Eagles, again, it's the same. Like, I feel like they can coast to the season, not having a complete game under their belt until that Niners game. I feel like they need to have all the ducks in a row for that Niners game as far as deciding what the rest of the season going to look like. I feel like that was their best game so far. The Rams, I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're kind of stuck in the mud. Like, they got an old quarterback, they got a high salary for a receiver, and the rest are young players. I feel like at some point in the year, they got to start looking at trading away their top players like Aaron Donald, maybe Cooper Kupp, maybe Matthew Stafford, as far as building for the future, because right now, I mean, just the age of their top players and the holes they got the rest of their roster, I don't see how their future gonna look like.
Okay, I'll wait. Jeff, what you think about the game, bro?
Good solid game from the Eagles. Another Hurts interception, an atrocity of an interception. Actually, that was a terrible pick he threw, trying to go back shoulder. Another Hurts touchdown from the tush push. Another game where an Eagles running back doesn't run in for a touchdown.
That's 48 now. 48.
You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing I want to pay attention with the Eagles. Like, how long before Devontae Smith gets an attitude? AJ Brown got pissed off. They start force feeding him. Smith ain't getting the ball. I mean, let's think about it. Smith had 1 catch for 6 yards this game. Like, how long before? Trust me. And Sirianni was on. They showed him on the Sarah line talking to him. How long before your future wide receiver, number 1 receiver, starts getting pissed off and saying, "Give me the motherfucking ball"? Now, let me touch down on some of what Daryl just said as far as the Rams. I think they're in a good position, honestly. Matthew Stafford, they got Kyron Williams, and he could be a future star running back. If Puka, along with Kupp, kind of like edge that on, I mean, you have kind of the replacement right there. They're the same kind of wide receiver. They run the same kind of route. You obviously seen he was the replacement. You never traded Aaron Donald. You never do. You just let him be unhappy until he retires. Like, he's the caliber of player you never, ever trade. Now, they do need some help on the cornerbacks. I mean, I don't know any of their cornerbacks, honestly. They need some help in the backfield. They handled their business to some sort, like I said, through the first half. But then the second half, they kind of got slowed down. They didn't force any interceptions. They didn't have any fumbles. The Eagles didn't force any of that. So, I think the Rams they're kind of like in a good position. They could probably make a trade. They just traded Van Jefferson, obviously, to the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, he wasn't really doing anything, so that's just another player out the room. So they got picks that they can compile and throw together. But as far as the Eagles, again, I don't. That wasn't a top tier opponent. Somebody that I wanted to see and move as the measuring stick to see where they stand about it. I think that was a team I thought they should beat and would beat, and they did. And that's just where it is. But again, they still haven't put together. And I'm not going to say a complete performance. I just don't know. This is the same team. It just isn't the same team. Stop trying to compare them to last year. So we'll see. Like I said, that 49ers go.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I did think it was their best game of the season. I agree with Daryl on that one right there. Just by watching the whole complete game from start to finish, I do think that. Well, let me start with the Rams. Rams defensively is really their issue, honestly, because like Aaron Donald was saying, like. He don't even know nobody from the defense. Like it's only like him left from the Super Bowl defense. To be honest with you, so their problem is their young players got to grow. They don't have growing pains up and down the season. I don't think Kupp or Puka are bad. Honestly, I will stick with them. And Matthew can still sling it. So I don't think that's the issue. I think it's really the defense right now. And they got running game problems too every now and then. Like the old line ain't that great. To be honest with you, as we can see. But Kupp came right back in after being gone for how long? With like a $120. Like Kupp can still run good routes. He still can cook folks or whatever like that. Speaking of cook, the Eagles still got a bad problem secondary for me. Daryl, to your point, the pass rush came on in the second half, but they helped the secondary out because before that, them Eagles was getting cooked. and when I seen the rookie Puka cook Bradbury in the corner, I said, "Oh man, it's gonna be a long day." But the pass rush came on. I do agree that Jeff said that was a bad pick. Hurts been throwing some picks, man. I don't know what's going on, and he had a bad overthrow too. I watched in that game, but
I still Mahomes had the same amount of picks, but I don't hear a lot of talk about him. But I won't say anything else.
What are you talking about? This guy.
Who?
How many picks Hurts had last year? How many this year?
Okay. Five last year, 4 this year, and he only 6 tutties, 4 interceptions this year.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway.
Go look at Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he got 2 championships though. He can get a little leeway.
And Pat do got more tutties. But anyway, back to this game. I do think it was they're both complete. I think they're starting to come around a little bit to me. I think secondary still is a problem. And to Jeff's point, he's right. And in the first couple games, Smith was eating. Brown got mad. Now Brown been eating lately, and Smith ain't getting the ball. I don't know why they can't have that balance between both receivers. I don't know. Did Smith get paid yet? He's still waiting for his contract come up or whatever like that.
I ain't get paid yet.
Yeah, he might dip in free agency. You know what I mean? It could be the real number one. But that's a long time from now and whatnot. But I'm gonna just say it was their best game of the season for me, and they're right there in second place in the NFC, in my opinion. But go ahead, Jordan. You up?
So, I mean, a lot of you guys made some good points. Do we have an issue with the secondary? I think we do. It's not the same secondary from last year, even though we still have both the same corners. They're not playing like they did last year. Will they get it together when it matters? I think they will. They still haven't played a complete game. This was the most complete game that they've played, though. And the pass rush did come on in the second half. But it just shows you how we can control the game and kind of just, do what we need to do to win. I think when we play, the teams, the premier teams that you guys think that are premier teams or whatever, that we should be, that you're going to, look at us as the measuring stick or whatever, I think they'll look a lot different. I think they'll really come up. But I think what separates us is just our line. So when you have an offensive line like we have and a defensive line that we have, we're going to be able to win the majority of the games that we play,
I agree,
home or away, because those are the guys that, win the game for you. So, and it's hard to find another team whose offensive line or defensive line as a total is better than ours. I mean, I wouldn't put their offensive line on my offensive line. I mean, they're a great offensive line. We're better. But and as far as the Rams, right? I think right. They have an offensive line problem. I think Matt can still play. Those guys can still play. They don't have anybody on defense. But if you did want to try to, start over and rebuild, you got some pieces that you can move. I know there's a lot of teams that would give up a lot for Cooper Kupp. There's a lot of teams that would give up a lot for Matt Stafford right now, and Aaron Donald right now. So, like Matthew Stafford, I mean, imagine if he went to the Jets. They're going to the Super Bowl. They could go to the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford.
Who?
Matthew Stafford on the Jets. They can go to the Super Bowl. He could do the same shit Aaron Rodgers is going to do.
Yeah.
He can do the same shit. Don't forget, Matt Stafford got a Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Matt Stafford got one already. So, and that's all he needed was a team. People forget how, people, you know what I'm saying? He was that boy. So,
yeah, I called him washed up, but you know what? He proved me wrong.
Nah, he could still swing it. Right, he was carving us up in the first half. But right, the pass rush wasn't really getting to him. I don't know what it is. The pass rush isn't as relentless as it was. That I can remember at this point last year in the season. I think that'll come on though as well. But yeah, I mean, Jeff said it. It's not the same team. We don't have the same players. Right. The majority of the players
might not have the same hunger
we have. But on the defensive side of the ball, there are some key guys that we miss.
Okay. Just for fact wise, Mahomes got 10 touchdowns to 4 picks. I gotta clear stuff up.
He got 4 interceptions. And Jalen got 4 interceptions.
And 6 tutties.
6 touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay, how many rushing touchdowns he got?
I think Mahomes got 2 rushing touchdowns.
No, how many rushing touchdowns Jalen got?
He got 4, I think.
2 damn
so he got 10. So he got 10 tutties. So let's do that.
Come on, man. We're talking passing, bro.
All right, you want
10 tutties. 10 tutties.
Anyway, moving forward, bro. Yo, you just said you're not the same team. Why do I be fighting this so much or whatever like that?
I'm not, but don't act like we still not the second best team in the league.
I think you're right. I think your lines is definitely both lines are definitely.
And we did. And you say you don't know who else could beat them. Well, San Fran got to beat us because we beat them.
Come on, man. They were.
San Fran got to beat us this year. San Fran got to beat us because we beat them.
They got
to come beat us.
First of all, they're a better team this year.
I remember that.
Who else can match up with them besides us? Nobody.
And what? The NFC?
None of that.
In the league. Who else can match up better than we can in the league?
I don't know. I think they can lose to AFC teams, bro. I think. Or whatever.
Yeah, I think Dolphins could carve them up.
Buffalo could get them a little bit. I think possibly Chiefs, whatever like that.
Dolphins?
Why not?
No. In San Francisco? I don't see that. No.
Bro, I'm just saying.
No. Buffalo? We have a better chance than Buffalo for sure. We have a better chance than the Chiefs for sure.
Y'all knocked out Purdy, and he was only a rookie last year. In the game or whatever like that. We're gonna see how y'all
he better finish. He better finish this game this year.
We're gonna see.
You feel me?
I got him going 300
he gonna get
on the Eagles. Don't even worry.
Yeah, me too.
300 tutties on the Eagles,
and they better win. And they just better win.
So okay.
But they're gonna lose to the Dolphins anyway. The Eagles gonna lose to the Dolphins. I told him that already.
I said that. I said it. The Dolphins.
Crazy.
I got the
I've
Eagles
been
going
told
to
you
the
we gonna
Dolphins,
be.
the Chiefs,
I've
the
been
Bills,
saying
and the
we gonna.
49ers.
Y'all niggas is drunk. You think we gonna win?
November?
You think we gonna lose all those games? You're crazy as hell.
Y'all got the Chiefs, the Bills, and the
Bro,
49ers.
you're crazy as shit.
Games of that.
You're crazy as shit.
Yo,
All right, I'm gonna just let y'all have it. I'm gonna just let y'all.
All I said was Dolphins. Don't put that on me, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna just let y'all. And I ain't even going. Yo, when that shit really come forward, all I want to hear is damn.
I think this week,
damn.
Y'all going all those games? You think?
Huh?
Y'all going all those games? You think? Do you think?
What's the 5-game stretch?
Yeah.
We going.
It's a 3-game. But let's look at the 3-game stretch. The Chiefs on the 20th. The next week the Bills, and then the next week the 49ers.
They got that last 2 at home.
We going 2-1. We going 2-1.
I think I might take all 3 L's.
We going
blow up at that point.
We going 2-1. We ain't losing. We crazy as shit. We gonna beat Buffalo. You tripping? We gonna beat Buffalo. And then you said Buffalo. Then we got the Chiefs. We gonna beat the Chiefs. Shit. Fuck that. We 3-0.
This week,
3-0. You tripping?
This week is the Jets still got one of the top.
This is a trap game this week. Y'all fucking around
Man,
this week.
Yeah, all right, man.
Y'all gonna be looking ahead to the Dolphins.
Well, Daryl, man, I'm gonna need you not to talk bad about our Steelers, man, because they are in first place in the division right now, man. Just take that in. 5 games into the season, more than a quarter of the way, we are first place in the division, bro. Just take that in. So let's talk about how we beat the Baltimore Ravens, as we normally do, by the way. And we beat the Baltimore Ravens. I think Lamar is now like 1-6 against us, something like that. Maybe some crazy record, stuff like that. But we got his number. But anyway, we won. I got to bring it out. You know where we at? First place, of course. But I was like, oh my god. You know, I'm celebrating my first place scene right now. But go ahead, Drew. How you feel about the game, man? Awesome.
I don't know. My team first place. You don't see me doing all that.
What? You just said, yo, this guy's hilarious.
You don't see me doing all that.
Bro, you already ordering champagne for the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's because we going back, nigga.
See?
But, I mean.
What's up with the Ravens? How about that?
I mean, like, they had a lot of drop balls. You know, a lot of issues with protection. You know, they kind of just let the game kind of fold away in the last, 8 minutes, 9 minutes of the game. You know, that I don't know what to say to that. I mean, that's a tough, it's a rivalry, so they play each other tough. But I mean, the Ravens had the game until what?
Until our defense came on.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen that right. Fourth quarter.
Until our defense came on, like we do. And T.J. Watt did what he do. He won another DPOY, by the way.
Is that sustainable for the rest of the year? Is that going to get you into the playoffs? It's not.
No, it's not. Last week, he didn't know if he had the future quarterback. Now, this year is what we do.
And then, like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm
bro,
sorry.
We're the division leaders right now, bro. Why wouldn't I be happy about that? 5 games into the season. And like it's like the first game.
Throwing the QB out last week.
The first game of the season, y'all won 1 game. You said, we division leaders, which ain't mean nothing.
Why can't cheer when we was winning?
Now, we are 5 games in and still division leaders. That's a good sample size of the season, I'm just saying. But go ahead, Jeff. Okay. Your thoughts on the game in that game.
I don't know what's going on with the Ravens. Honestly, it's a little weird. Listen, let's talk about the Steelers first, though, right? Pickett was 18 for 32, right, for 224. I mean, he wasn't really fantastic. Let's not act like he was lights out. I mean, and then, honestly, the Ravens are suffering badly because their cornerback play is down. Marlon Humphrey is out. The other cornerback, I don't even know who he is. So Pickens going off for 6 for 130 and 1 tutty, that's expected. Pickens is a great player. Let's not get this twisted, right? I'm gonna give you a few flowers, Mike. Pickens is a great player. The defense is elite on all levels. The quarterback and the running game is in shambles. I don't know what's going on with either one of those situations. But the other way, I don't expect y'all to win a division nor make the playoffs, honestly. Honestly, when we're talking on a full-fledged scale, I really think that you guys might be third. And I'll give you third. You know what I'm saying? Second, I don't know if it's gonna be either the Bengals or the Browns. We'll see what Sean does. But the Ravens, I don't know what's going on with the Ravens. I think they had so much invested into like Odell, and him being gimpy isn't really giving them that explosiveness that they need. I think it's time for them to really start looking for Zay Flowers like heavy every single down. Lamar didn't even throw a touchdown last week, and nor did he score a rushing touchdown. But the team itself ran, and they averaged 5.5 yards a carry against the Steelers this week. I don't know why they abandoned. They only ran the ball 25 times. They should have ran the ball 30 to 35 times, especially in an ugly game like this. You just keep running it down the other team's throat so they can stop it, and they didn't do that. And so that's going to be a problem. Like I said, the defense is the cornerbacks are terrible. I don't know who they are. The linebackers, where Baltimore typically is a major staple with that, they seem like they have linebackers, but they're not what we're used to. They're not the Ray Lewises. They're not the Adalius Thomas. They're not the like the Suggs. You don't have that playmaking front seven guy where you like, yo, I'm calling this guy his name every single game. They gave up Calais Campbell. He's not there for the veteran leadership on the line. So the Ravens are going to go up and down all season, honestly. I think they'll just make it in by default because that division, honestly, we thought would be most competitive is actually kind of weak as hell. You got the Bengals with Burrow hurt, and then you got the Browns, we don't know what's up with Deshaun, and then the Steelers, Pickett ain't really ready. So congratulations this week, Mike. Next week, we'll see what turns out to be, and we'll see if we're having the same conversation. Oh, you too, Daryl. I'm gonna give you your flowers too. I forgot you. Yo, Jordan. Next time you gotta ask to do who's your favorite team before you ask them to come on the show.
I knew, bro. I already knew, bro. It was just like
it's already two. It was just a whole other guy,
right. It was just a coincidence, you know what I mean? But we all got different teams. It's cool, you know.
Now, accept your flowers. Right, feel about that game, man.
And for me, I feel like it was just a classic Steelers-Ravens game. Defense controlled the outcome or the whole entire game. The Ravens, I feel like as a Steelers fan, we got lucky. They dropped like 3 touchdowns. That could have changed the entirety of the game. But, I mean, it was a typical Steelers game. Like, we started out, couldn't do shit on offense. The other team goes up over two possessions, and then our defense keeps us in the game throughout the rest of the game. And then it's up to the offense trying to put something together at the end. That's what happened. I mean, as far as the Steelers, I mean, I never expected like getting embarrassed by the Niners that we would be first place in the AFC North after 5 weeks. So that is definitely got to consider that. But I'm not satisfied. Like our wins have been ugly, and our losses have been embarrassing. Like I don't feel good about that moving on through the rest of the year. I am holding out hope. I mean, when we get the I think the bye week is coming at a perfect time. I mean, I feel like when we get Deontay Johnson back, he's an elite route runner. Like, he can create separation effortlessly. So I feel like having him is going to help out Kenny. I feel like with Ken, I know everybody's talking about the offensive coordinator, but that's not the only issue. Like, it starts with the offensive line not being consistent, which is not letting Kenny trust the pocket, which is having him missing reads that can easily keep our drive going. And then it tops off with the coordinator not putting us in our players in position to get them the ball and do what they need to do. So I feel like the bye week is coming at a perfect time to just assess where we are. Again, I think we're lucky to be in first place in the AFC North, but it gives us opportunity to clean things up because we can still take control of the division. Like, this is where we are. Like, the other 3 teams, they haven't proven that they can take control. So, like, we can put it together. We have a shot. It's just so frustrating how talented we are, like the weapons we got on offense, but it's just so hard to get a first down. Like, it's just so frustrating, but I hope we put it together.
What weapons? But all right.
GP.
Yo, Deontay Johnson had 0 receiving touchdowns last season, right? 0.
I put that.
I just wanted to let you know.
I put
Listen,
that. I mean,
don't let him get you down, man. Listen.
Facts. These are facts.
Listen.
Yes.
Deontay is nice though. He is.
He is nice, yo.
He is nice, bro.
Put me down. Get in one time.
And luck is when preparation meets skill, bro. And we were prepared. The defense, you know what I mean, did what we had to do, and we got the dub, man. Like, don't be so gloomy about it, man. Like I said, celebrate this, man. This is first place in AFC North, man. Nobody saw it coming. With a little engine that could.
The Ravens.
Wait. Hold on. Daryl, did you know Mike used to be a Ravens fan?
Man, 20 years ago, man.
I'm just letting you know what's up. Who you dealing with? Like,
about 15 years ago. It was like 14 years ago, man. I was a Ravens fan, you know, before I became a Steelers fan, yo. So
he was Bobby before.
It was a long time ago, man. I want to hear that.
I can't believe that you're comfortable putting that on you. Right, that's really on wax though. So like, you know what I mean? So I don't even know how you can go.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie about it. Jeff wanna, Jeff over singing like canary over here. Jeff Jeff loves snitching or whatever. Like,
I be letting people know who they dealing with,
it's
bro.
important. When were you? Was you a Ravens fan like early 2000?
No. I was a Ravens fan like
15 years ago was like early
08,
2000,
09.
bro.
No, it wasn't. Bro, what you talking? It's 23.
Like,
it was like 08, 09 up in there, bro. What you talking about? And only because the chick I was with, she went to Maryland Eastern Shore. She was a Ravens fan, and I didn't really have a team, so I rolled with them at the time. That's how it happened with that. Blah blah blah. You know about Eastern Shores, Jeff. You should know about Maryland
Yeah,
Eastern
you
Shore.
already know. You know. It's on wax. Say less.
Oh, come on.
It's on wax. Say yes.
My fault. Anyway, man, moving forward, man. My other squad that Jeff gave me, my Jags, they beat the Bills for their second straight win in London. But the Bills, after blowing out the Dolphins, now they come back and lose to the Jags. So why can't the Bills stay consistent, Jeff? What do you think about what's going on with them, man?
The Bills, I think they got a couple things wrong. I think first of all, the sideline tantrums from Diggs, they getting kind of annoying. They getting whacked, man. Every week he having a tantrum, he's divish, very divish. But the problem is he produces so much on the field, you really can't do anything. The inconsistency of the Bills, for one, they don't run the damn ball. I mean, they don't run the ball at all. They have no running game, no resemblance of it. They can't run my grandmother to the grocery store. Like, it's just no effort to try and run the ball, bro. It's like, come on. You don't have any balance. You're going to have games where you spout up, and then you're going to have games where if you don't adjust, if you can't have adjustments, you are going to have games where you are down and out bad because your team is composed of operating in one fashion. And that's giving Josh Allen the ball and let him throw. Again, since 2018, he's led the league in turnovers. I mean, he's had over 80 turnovers since 2018. That is an alarming thing. They are not consistent, and they won't reach the pinnacle. I mean, we might be looking at the 90s Bills all over again, man. A lot of hype train, never getting to the top of the mountain. I mean, it's just going to work that way. On the other flip side, the Jacksonville Jaguars are equipped at every single position that they need to be. They have a future quarterback. They have an all-time run. They have a great running back, and then they have Calvin Ridley at wide receiver. Once their defense starts to come and put it together, they'll be fantastic. They just spent 2 weeks in London. They went, 1-1 in London?
No, they were 2-0.
2-0 in London. Wow. So they might have to play more games over there. Their division is definitely theirs.
They're trying to move there.
Yeah, which would be terrible, honestly. Their division is it's theirs to win. I don't really see anyone else in their division with the capability of taking them out. The Jacksonville Jaguars are equipped. They're really good right now. I look forward to seeing them shoot up the rankings in the AFC. They'll probably be a surprise team. If they catch the Bills again in the playoffs, the Bills might be going home. I mean, and that's something we need to prepare for. Are these Bills really equipped to, like I said, make a championship run? I'm going to tell you like this. I think they need to fire Sean McDermott. And I think that they need to get another play caller in there, somebody that's going, like I said, provide more balance. But right now, they just give Josh Allen the ball and let him do whatever he wants to do, and he fucks games up sometimes.
Jordan, what do you think about that game and why the Bills was inconsistent?
Well, for one, I mean, I thought, obviously, if you want to talk about the home field advantage, I mean, Jacksonville had a leg up. They had already been there. They played there the week before. The Bills had to travel, all that.
Right.
They were really banged up, though. I mean, I watched that whole game. The Bills' defense, important key positions were really banged up. They had some of their, third stringers in the secondary, the defensive line, linebackers. They lost like a lot of players in that game. So that's difficult, for you to beat a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars. With your third stringers in the game on pretty much all levels, of the defense. That's difficult to do. As far as offensively, I think they caught some bad breaks. I know Josh Allen had, I think, 2 picks.
Yeah.
He had 2, or I thought he had 1.
Yeah, 1 pick. 1 pick. 359, 2 tutties, 1 pick.
The 1 pick was the shot to Diggs. I thought Diggs came down with that. So that was kind of a shocker. I think if he comes down with that, they go down the field, they score. It's a different game. I don't think Jacksonville goes down the field on Buffalo and wins the game. So I thought they caused some bad breaks. I think Buffalo will be fine. We saw what they did against Miami, who I think is a better team than Jacksonville. And they actually, I believe, they used to be in the same division, but they're not anymore, right? Yeah, I think they used to be, I think they used to be in the same division. Jacksonville, they used to be, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say they're rivals, but I forgot they're not. But yeah, I think both teams are going to be good. I think both teams will be fine. I think Jacksonville's going to hit their stride. You know, they're playing better on defense. I thought that's what they needed. I thought that the offensive line protected Trevor Lawrence a little bit better. Now, granted, you know, it was against the second and third stringers, but
wait, you acting like the Bills? Like a lot of their key players was there, bro. Ed Oliver there, Michael Hyde was there, Poyer was there, Milano was there, Floyd was there,
Milano was hurt. Milano was hurt.
Milano out for the year.
Yeah, Milano had got hurt in that game. A couple of corners that they had starters that were already starters, they were already out. They had lost Tre'Davious White. They lost a lot, bro.
That's a lot. Him losing him.
White and Milano a lot. But Daryl, what do you think about the game, the Jags and the Bills, man? And what's up with the Bills?
Me, for this game, I'm not putting too much stock on the Bills being consistent, just based on the situation for this game. Like, it's kind of like what everybody said, like Jaguars being over there for 2 weeks, and then the Bills traveling on Friday. I mean, Roger Goodell even said it, like, they're trying to experiment a team being over there for 2 weeks. Would it have a competitive advantage? I mean, common sense will tell you that. So I feel like that, and then once what transpired in the game, I feel like that Matt Milano injury is big. Like, they even said it like during the game, and you can see it like on the sidelines. That hurt. Like, that took away the energy. So I feel like once they got over the jet lag and that Matt Milano energy, they didn't really wake up until the fourth quarter. But then it was too late. It was good to see a good game from Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. This is the first game they overcame the other team trying to take out Calvin Ridley. Like, they moved them around, and they still was able to find them the ball. And then Travis Etienne had a big game as well. But I feel like the Bills' defense injury is going to hurt, because with the previous 3 games, they was turning the ball over at a crazy rate. And now with losing Tre'Davious and Matt Milano, that's going to slow that down. That's going to take away his possession from Josh Allen. It's going to make his decisions more important rather than the defense bailing him out for maybe him throwing a pick. Especially with those top 2 teams, with the Chiefs and Dolphins later on. I'm not going to put too much stock with them being consistent, but I feel like the injuries is the thing that's going to hurt them the most moving forward.
Yeah, and I agree with everything y'all said. I think it's going to be hard to like judge their games with those injuries on defense, especially. Is Von Miller back yet? Did he come back yet?
This is supposed to be the game where you get him back and they take off, but
but he had to play because they had lost so many guys up front.
Yeah, we're gonna say. Let's talk about the Bengals though. Burrow and them had a great game, and like the old Bengals. So are they back? Can you see them? I guess getting back in the fold, Daryl, after this game.
I don't see them getting back in the fold. I mean, one game again. I mean, going in, everybody forgets just because the Cardinals. I mean, they showed heart at the beginning of the year. Everybody forgets they had them finishing with the worst record in the league because they just lack talent right now. So I feel like it was the perfect game for the Bills to get back on. For the Bengals to get back on track. No one could stick Jamar Chase. I mean, him just going off, going crazy. I mean, that was just. I mean, if the Bengals did what they're supposed to do. That was going to happen. I mean, it was good to see. I feel like this was the healthiest we've seen Joe Burrow. I feel like there's a good chance of him getting healthy as the season goes on, if he's going to look like this. But I feel like they need to build off of this. I feel like they can't just relax. I was like, we beat the Cardinals. We look like we were last year, and now we're good. I feel like their defense, though. I mean, earlier in the season, they secondary were locking stuff down, and stuff looking shaky the past couple weeks. But I feel like this was a get-right game for them that can carry them. But they definitely got to build on that. And the Cardinals, they just, I don't know. I feel like they they did win one game, so it kind of helps them as far as like their draft position next year. I feel like their heart, they might get them. That might affect them from like getting like the number 1 or 2 pick. I don't know if they got their first round pick, but I feel like they could win some more games just based on their heart. That might affect their draft position next year, which I feel like they should be focusing on more. But yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay, all right. Jeff, Bengals, Cardinals. Oh, Jeff gone. Jordan. Oh, Jeff.
Nah,
All right.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I think that game was it was meant for the Bengals to win. I mean, the Cardinals, they're a terrible team. The Cliff Kingsbury Kyler experiment went terribly wrong. And I think they need to just acknowledge that at this point. You know what I'm saying? You traded D Hop, you tried to go with that that Kyler thing, and it just didn't work. So they just can blow everything up and just start over all from scratch. I mean, because they're going to finish very terrible in the division anyway. The Bengals, on the other hand, that Burrow injury, it's not going to get any better. I just can't see it getting any better. So, I mean, we'll see as the season goes on. Like I said, third in the division possibly for them.
How you feeling about that, Jordan? Can I get back in the back in it?
I do think they can get back in it. Apparently, Joe Burrow said coming into this game that that was the best that he had felt the whole season. I don't know how that but hey, if he said it, it must be true. So yeah, he must be that's why he's in the league. So but yeah, and I think they can get back in it. I mean, I'm not going to doubt Joe Burrow and what they've done. They've proven that they can get off the kind of slow starts and then get it going. In the season. So, I mean, this is kind of expected. Jamar Chase covered on my tickets, but Justin Jefferson couldn't because he got hurt. I should have just played Jamar Chase for 3 tutties. I had him for 2, but that's a different story for a different day.
That was a big ticket too, right there for you.
Saw that, right? Fucking Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Well, one of the one for a stat, I think.
Both of them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Both of them. Well, one of them was for like 3,700.
Crazy. I think they can get back. I'm a Jordan. I think they get back. I think that long as you got Chase and if Burrow playing okay, they can get back. Higgins hurt, but he'll be back. At some point. Mixon starting to get a little better too. I'm looking at. So I don't think Joe and them will go out like that. I think they'll go out fighting.
Yeah,
I feel like. And I think they can wind up in second in division after the Steelers. You know what I mean? From what I can see. So now they can win it though. They really can. So I don't know. I think we're gonna see this week. I guess Deshaun comes back and see how they look in that game to see really how things working out. But that division might come down to the end. Honestly, the AFC North and the Cardinals are they're the Cardinals right now. So it is what it is. The top 5 receivers was a mistake. That was last week. Jordan, what's your lock this week, bro? I got mine.
So I actually like the Bengals. I mean, not the Bengals. Excuse me. I like the Browns. They're plus 6.5
on
San Fran. I think they can. I think that's going to be a test for
the defense, right? Browns defense, right? Yeah.
I like Browns defense. That secondary, they got Myles Garrett. That secondary can match up well with these receivers. And, they got a beast in Myles Garrett. This is the best defense that they've played so far this year. So I want to see what that looks like. But I like that 6.5. And then I actually want to take, given the Lions 3 against Tampa, I think that's going to be fucking around that might be a route, in my opinion.
What else you got, bro?
And I like. Give me the Bengals money line.
Yo, how we got the same picks, yo? That's crazy.
No way. Nah.
I promise you. I got on here. I show you. I got Lions. Run line actually to cover the 3. I got Bengals money line, and I got them 6.5. You got the same 3 picks, yo.
Well, man, we're going 50 on it.
Yeah. Okay, those are the picks, man. We're gonna lock them in. Let's talk about last week. What is that? All right, so last week pick'em.
That was terrible.
Jordan had the Niners. Me, Jeff, Toby, and Daryl had Jordan had the Cowboys. Me, Jeff, Toby, and Daryl had the Niners. Jeff, me, Jordan, we all had the Texans. All lost that game. All 5 of us. And then the other game, Daryl had the Colts and Toby. And me, Jeff, and Jordan had the Titans. So Jordan was 0-3 last week. I was 1-2. Jeff was 1-2. Toby was 2-1. He ain't even here this week to discuss it. And Daryl was 2-1. So they both had winning records. So good job for you guys. that brings our totals to, and Daryl, I ain't got you because you missed a couple weeks, so I don't got yours. But me and you tied. Jordan now 10-5 again, and then Jeff 7-8, and then Toby 6-9, stuff like that right now. So,
Oh no.
yeah, Jeff, you done? Yeah, what up, bro? I don't know what's going on with him. All right,
Nah, I'm here, family. I just had to bust a few moves real quick.
Okay, did you hear the tallies from last week?
Yeah, I heard it. I told you I was gonna leave Toby in the basement.
You was only 1 or 2 last week, bro. Just saying.
It's all right. He's still in the basement though.
He's still in the basement. All right. This week. Let me go to my games this week. Hold on. Real quick. I don't know where I'm at. What the heck? Put it down somewhere. Oh yeah, don't it? Okay. Cowboys versus Chargers. Seahawks versus Bengals. And Saints versus Texans. So Daryl, you want to start, bro?
So you said first game Cowboys and Chargers.
Yeah, hold on. Let me. Yeah, Cowboys versus Chargers, Texans and Saints, and Seahawks and Bengals.
Give me the Chargers. Give me the Bengals, and give me the Texans.
So you got hold on, and Seahawks. So you got Chargers. You said Texans and Bengals.
Yeah.
Chargers, Texans, Bengals. All right. We'll save that second scroll across, and let me show that. All right, there it is. Jeff, what you got, bro?
I got the Chargers, I got the Seahawks, and I got the Saints.
Of course you get the
Seahawks.
Saints.
Jeff Saints.
Mike, spell check next time, dog.
I did it fast, man. You know what it is.
Yeah. So I got Chargers, Saints, and Seahawks.
All right, I got you. Jordan, what's up with you, bro?
Man, I'm actually gonna pick the Cowboys. Jesus Christ!
You know what's funny? I knew you would do that, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys. I like the Texans in that game, and I like the Bengals.
Yeah.
So Cowboys, Texans, Bengals.
And
Actually, you know what?
go ahead.
I'm gonna take the Saints. Who
playing quarterback?
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is playing quarterback.
I think he can make enough plays for them to beat them.
Saints just went 34-0, didn't they, last week?
And this might be the best defense he's going to come across so far this season.
And they just lost
he did play you guys. You guys have a good defense.
And they just lost to the Falcons, didn't they?
Right? You guys played the Texans, right?
Did we play the Texans?
Yeah, they got embarrassed.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with. You said the Saints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said Daryl Texans.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with. I was liking the Texans at first, but now you're making me think. Reconsider.
You know what's up, man. Come on, who that? Who that?
I guess I'm gonna go with Jeff Saints too. Why are you picking
somebody out last week? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Paps. Why are you picking the Cowboys, Jordan?
They just got they got annihilated. I don't see them coming back. When they lose a game or they get creamed, they come back the next week and blow the doors off teams. I don't think they're gonna blow the doors off the Chargers. They could, but Chargers just had a bye week.
That's why I think they're not gonna win because they had 2 weeks to get ready for the Cowboys.
And it's a color game too.
Is Eckler back? No, Eckler's hurt, right?
Eckler said he's gonna play.
Yeah.
But they could lose to the Chargers. They definitely could, but I don't know. I don't see. I think they win. I think they pull this out.
Yeah.
Brandon Staley probably do some Brandon Staley type shit.
Right. You know what? I keep forgetting about him, bro. He needs to be fired immediately.
Yeah, but I think Mike McCarthy's still worse. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers, man. On
I
that.
don't even think McCarthy's been that bad so far this season. I mean,
It's just
I'm
that.
trying to, yeah.
And is
That
that
be throwing the ball right.
who you had, Jordan? Seahawks or Bengals?
Bengals.
I'm going with the Bengals too, actually. So, damn it. I'm
Put me on
catch-
wax with the Bengals too. Let me flop. Let me.
Nah,
flop.
you had the Seahawks, bro. What you mean?
How you gonna say no? What do you mean? Like,
you can do it for the saying, You always flip flopping, bro. You flip flop king.
I mean, only because you know what? I remember Geno Smith is the quarterback of the Seahawks, and that doesn't give me
Geno
any
ain't
kind of
bad.
peace of mind. Geno ain't Burrow either.
Wait, you had the Seahawks, right, Daryl?
No, I had the Bengals.
Oh, yeah, Bengals too. All right. Yeah, he ain't Burrow. You're right. All right. We got our picks in for next week. I'm going to hit Toby up in the chat about that. But this show is over, fellas. Thank you all for, coming out this time.
Ready?
Appreciate you every week. I'll send the stuff in the chat. Hopefully get back Toby next week. Everybody, please like, comment, and subscribe to One Mic Media. I'll be back over the weekend for some more TV shows and movie reviews. And we'll see you guys next week.
Hopefully y'all can see us on some other shows on One Mic Media. Can we get some calls?
If you got time, I'm down.
My agent said, "Look, I got some openings. I'm gonna let you know."
All right, man. Well, for that, we out.